So I want to talk about some crap. Like, uh, as specific as I can get it. Basically, how to care like fuck about your work and the content that you create, and also still stay sane. And it's not easy. I very much live in a bubble nowadays. I surround myself with other content creators, other people who work in the game industry, and I love being in that space so much. Depending on which little pocket of this industry, it might be easier for you to make money. It might be really crushingly difficult. Pause to drink. So we're all in the passion-focused industry, right? Very few people work in comics because they have a background in business. So because we're all passionate people about our work, of course, we're more driven. We want to work more. You get up and you don't have that, God, I don't want to go to work today feeling. You just don't have it. So that's really wonderful. At the same time, you also don't always want to stop working at the end of the day. And even when you're still feeling happy about the work that you're doing, that definitely takes a toll because you're going to overwork yourself. You're not going to take the rest that you need, you're not going to take the vacations that you need, and you're going to end up burned out. People who love their jobs really want to put out the best possible results. But of course, tied into that, the more that we care about something, the more that deep, horrendous anxiety gets wrapped up into every single situation. And this is not to suggest that that's a bad thing, obviously. It makes the things that we love and work on better. The more that we care about them, the better the end result will be. Oh no, I did this, wrote this, made this with my own blood and tears. We stress like crazy and put all of that energy into the thing that we love, but there are inevitably going to be a crap ton of obstacles, and every single one of those obstacles feels like our precious baby is dying, and we must save it and raise it up and keep it alive. And okay, I'm going a little far. What was my point? Point was beer. Here's the thing about that. It's wonderful. It's the nature of working in a passion-based industry or even totally independent pursuit. However, you have to set boundaries because you have to. Just do it. First of all, you will burn out. There's this cultural norm of an acceptance of, oh, I didn't sleep last night. I was working really hard. And of people saying that all the time. When you're burnt out, you don't want to do work. Everything just seems like it's climbing a mountain. And that, of course, just makes every little task that much harder. Some people get burnt out and they just can't work with people anymore because they're just too stressed out to handle people's little normal quirks. And if somebody makes a mistake, they'll just go off on them. Also, when you burn out, it's either going to be just 10 times harder to complete that project, or maybe you will complete it, but then you're going to need to take a long break before you even think about starting a new project. And you don't always have that luxury. Sometimes the next project is right on the heels of the one you're currently working on. I mean, you know what, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it. You can take it or leave it. Take a weekend off and don't talk to anybody, maybe. Don't talk to any of your coworkers, even if you think they're the best people on the planet. Just disconnect. Because if you use that time well, relaxing and doing things that are based on you, eating whatever comes your way, then you will feel restored. It feels like you're just sitting around doing nothing, but there isn't a restoration thing that happens. And it's partly to our bodies, but it's really more to our brains than anything else. And the wonderful thing that happens after that is that it's a subtle change, but you come back ready to work. And it's almost hard to recognize, and this is why I think it's not valued as a real thing, that it's the absence of stress that will happen. And absences of things we don't recognize. And then the thing is that even though you will have technically lost time on your tight timeline, you'll actually be able to work more effectively and you'll be heart happy and head happier also. Burnouts are bad, recharging is good. Second aspect of this, just day-to-day maintenance. All of us in these passion-focused industries and other pursuits are always tempted to work really hard all the time. I mean, depending on your company or whatever you're currently working on, you might be in a situation where there's just never downtime at all. There's never not something about to happen. And any kind of sort of freelance environment where you are fully in charge of your own finances and your own ability to make money, and that means that you constantly need to be doing stuff to keep money coming in, and that's terrifying and really, really stressful because like, oh well, if I'm not working for 2 days, that means I'm not making money those 2 days. But even so, even though it is very, very difficult, it is incredibly important to set daily boundaries. Maybe you work a flexible work environment, but then that's fine. Pick an hour of the day and say, okay, I don't work after this time, or I don't work before this time. I only am available in between these hours. And then in those off hours, try not to work or make time as much as possible for something that relaxes you, even if it's only an hour. If it's just an hour of watching the Great British Baking Show, fucking do it, because that is the most pleasant, relaxing, wholesome thing in the world. 3 or 2.5 is that even within those working hours in the middle of your day, I would say that you should force yourself to take very short breaks. We can have like little mini burnouts over the course of the day. You've started the day and it's the morning and it's 8 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock, it's 10 in the morning, and you're thinking, yep, I'm going to get everything done today. No, I'm doing good. I'm getting stuff done. It's going to be all right. And then you go, oh, okay, there's another thing on my plate. Okay, that's right. Oh, there's another thing. Okay, and there's another thing, and there's another thing, and there's another thing. And then by 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. that night, you're just like, yeah! Then your significant other comes home and you go, what do you want from me? Not that that's ever happened to me. And a good way to try to avoid that, it's never going to work 100%, but is to take little breaks. I mean, lunch is a big one. I'm actually very, very guilty of this. I have an average of 10 minutes for lunch, and it's not always because I'm that busy. It is a lot of the time, but plenty of the time I get my food, sit down at my desk, start watching a YouTube video while I eat, and then email comes in, and I go, oh, I can answer that really quick. And then I go back to eating, and then another email comes in, and I go, all right, I'm gonna go. And then next thing I know, I've gone down some thread that was actually more complicated than I initially realized, and my food's just sitting there getting cold. So, in conclusion, to try to stay sane while we give all the fucks about our work, try to avoid burnout, try to set boundaries for yourself, and take breaks. Make yourself take breaks. And I really don't know how helpful this is. If it is helpful, please let me know in the comments. If it wasn't, give me a suggestion for something else I could talk about that might actually be helpful. Bye for now, and I'll see you next time.